Attention Eagles fans, the world of American football is buzzing with backstage revelations that could change everything for the reigning champions. Explosive statements and controversial decisions shake the corridors of the NFL, while a star heats up the fields and a former player revives old tensions. Get ready for an uncensored and provocative analysis of the franchise's directions. Welcome! Show your support to the Eagles by reaching 100 likes on today's video. Let's start by talking about A.J. Brown, one of the most dominant wide receivers in today's football. Transferred to the Eagles, Brown quickly became a fundamental piece in the team's offense, accumulating an impressive 1,079 receiving yards in just 13 games in the 2024 season. Despite all this performance, curiously, he appears only in 5th place in ESPN's ranking among NFL receivers. This data brings some discomfort, especially when we look at the team's collective statistics. With Brown on the field, the Eagles had an almost perfect record of 16-1, scoring an average of 31.5 points per game. Without him, the record falls to 2-2, with 18 points per game. These numbers do not lie and highlight the athlete's importance to the current team. Brown's physical talent is unquestionable. Strength, speed, and an almost untouchable ability for opposing defenders. Some veteran scouts recognize that he may have slowed down a bit, but they say that's just a detail compared to the impact he causes on the field. This complete package led General Manager Howie Roseman to invest heavily, renewing his contract twice in 3 years, valuing the talent that keeps the Eagles on top. What comes next for A.J. Brown and the Eagles? There is the expectation that this young talent consolidates even faster, becoming the team's main pillar. However, this confidence also demands results and questions administrative decisions involving the roster. Changing the subject, let's talk about the drama surrounding C.J. Gardner-Johnson, former Eagle safety traded to the Houston Texans, stirring the fans' pride. Since the trade, Gardner-Johnson has been an active voice, expressing doubts and criticisms about the franchise's future without him. Recently, he even stated believing the Eagles will never win a ring without his presence, sparking debate and controversy. In a twist, during the Pivot podcast with Ryan Clark, Gardner-Johnson apologized, asking forgiveness for his words and emphasizing his respect for players such as Jalen Carter, A.J. Brown, and veteran Lane Johnson. He recognized that some of his statements were exaggerated and that he wishes no conflicts, even stressing that if the team wins 6 more rings without him, the players deserve those triumphs. The episode reveals the emotional whirlwind behind important trades and how it affects the team's chemistry and the atmosphere within sports cities. Gardner-Johnson's departure freed salary cap space for the Eagles, allowing adjustments. For the player, moving to the Texans means a chance to fight for titles in another environment, while the fans feel the bittersweet loss of talent and uncertainty about the future. This duality shows that high-level sports go far beyond the field, involving complex human relations and decisions that impose sacrifices on all involved. Gardner-Johnson's case is a clear example that it's not always easy to separate passions, interests, and professionalism within a team aiming for the top. Returning to the spectacle provided by A.J. Brown, it is undeniable that he symbolizes the Eagles' hope to maintain prominence in the league. His ability to change games and carry the team on his back when needed makes him a valuable asset whose evolution promises to challenge opposing defenses. However, a championship is not guaranteed by individual talents alone. Roster balance, tactical adjustments, and managing internal relations are determining factors for the team to repeat or surpass their achievements. Therefore, the resolution of recent tensions and team choices for 2025 will greatly impact collective performance. Let's reflect. While A.J. Brown deepens his mark as an Eagle star, Gardner-Johnson's exit and stance show that the path to glory is paved by both brilliance and shadows. The franchise that aims for success must overcome not only on-field opponents, but also internal turbulences. The expected development of young players and maintaining unity among key names will be decisive for the Eagles to continue as an NFL power. What will be the final outcome of this season, faced with so much talent and drama impacting the roster? Attention, Eagles fans! The drama involving one of the most controversial former players has once again come to light, provoking divided reactions among supporters and experts. Honest statements, apologies, and ambiguous postures form the core of this intense chapter for the franchise. Are you ready to understand what happens behind the scenes? Welcome! Show your support to the Eagles by reaching 100 likes on today's video. The name of the moment is C.J. Gardner-Johnson, a safety traded to the Houston Texans in the offseason, moving not just the market, but also the team's internal climate. His statements after the trade ignited debates in the NFL, especially when he said he did not believe the Eagles could win a Super Bowl without him. This assertion was like a cold shower for fans and players, causing noticeable unease. But weeks later, on the Pivot podcast, Gardner-Johnson corrected his speech, admitting he was disrespectful to teammates like Jalen Carter, A.J. Brown, and the experienced Lane Johnson. In the episode, the former safety explained that his relationship with Lane Johnson, veteran and mentor, is based on trust and clear limits. Gardner-Johnson acknowledged that at times he went too far, affecting not only public perception but also group harmony. The apology was straightforward and unreserved, indicating a possible attempt to close this troubled chapter. Despite the confession, tension remains on how this situation will impact the Eagles' future, especially the team's ability to maintain cohesion that seems shaken. The trade that freed cap space was strategic, but the locker room repercussions are still under watch and cautious analysis. Gardner-Johnson, meanwhile, views his move to the Texans as a new chance to compete for titles, away from the weight and excessive pressure he faced in Philadelphia. This change of scenery may mean a restart and possibly relief for both sides. For the Eagles, the challenge is to rebuild trust and adjust a roster so the focus returns exclusively to the game and victories on the field. Distractions caused by personal statements can be costly in an environment where discipline and unity are paramount. The episode serves as a reminder that even the most talented athletes are human, subject to mistakes and constant learning. How the franchise and player deal with this situation could directly influence results and team evolution in upcoming seasons. We should also consider the fans' reaction, often the harshest barometer of sports backstage drama. Gardner-Johnson's honest posture might earn respect or strengthen frustration about the episode. The mental game off the field is more alive than ever. Meanwhile, attention turns to the names that remain and promising young players who represent the Eagles' future. The complexity of internal relations will be a key theme for the coaching staff, who will need to balance talent and expectations to avoid unnecessary wear. In this scenario, the response from the core roster and leaders will be crucial to maintaining the winning culture that transformed Philadelphia into champions. Managing team climate may define the difference between repeating glory or facing setbacks. With the spotlight on next moves, on and off the field, the Gardner-Johnson and Eagles narrative promises to continue producing intense and revealing chapters. And for you, fan, the question is, how will this story impact the journey toward the next title?